I am Houssem Assadi. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Dejamobile. So a few words about Dejamobile before starting my presentation. We are a pay tech. We provide white label payment solutions for financial institutions, both on the issuing and on the acquiring side of the business. We've been doing tokenization and digital wallet solutions since 2015. And in May 2020, we launched our SoftPOS solution to go to the other side of the business, namely the acceptance business. I'm happy to share with you today a few thoughts about SoftPOS technology and its potential in terms of use cases for merchants. And I will be starting firstly by a presentation of the technology itself, its main characteristics, before moving to some use cases that I will describe, and mainly share with you some lessons learned thanks to 15+ projects we are running currently with a customer all across Europe, but also in Latin America. But before starting, I have a poll for you. So there will be a question displayed, so it's here, and I will kindly ask you to respond to this poll. You will have 10 to 12 minutes to respond. So you are not required to respond immediately. You will be asked kindly to respond before the end of the presentation, and we will be sharing the results at the end, and hopefully maybe we'll be discussing the results during the panel with my colleagues, I guess. So to start, okay, let's agree on the definition of SoftPOS. So SoftPOS, we define it as a set of solutions allowing merchants to accept contactless payments on a standard off-the-shelf device, Android device, without the need to any additional or specific hardware, okay? So you can find a lot of different terms mentioning the same concepts, so SoftPOS concepts. So the terms introduced by Visa and MasterCard, tap to phone and tap on phone, but also, of course, tap to pay, introduced by Apple last year, and last but not least, the terminology used by PCI, so to describe the standards, CPOC and MPOC. So this was the definition. I think quite common definition. Now, what are the main characteristics or features of this technology from our point of view? Firstly, thanks to this technology, we are able today to build state-of-the-art digital acceptance solutions based on APIs. This is very important because we need to integrate with legacy systems, for example, acquiring hosts, and of course, it is up to us as providers of SoftPOS technology to be flexible enough to do this integration easily for our customers and partners, who are acquirers, PSPs, etc. So this is achieved thanks to very flexible API-based architecture server-side. On the device side, we also have a quite flexible architecture. We are proposing, and all our colleagues, the other SoftPOS vendors are proposing the possibility to integrate with the SoftPOS technology using either SDKs, so libraries that you as a developer of a merchant app are able to integrate into your own existing application, or through another technology called Android Intents, allowing you to integrate app to app. So this is really a quick and easy way to integrate a SoftPOS feature into an existing merchant application. Last but not least, and from my point of view, this is really the main feature or characteristic of SoftPOS technology. The SoftPOS technology makes it possible to totally separate or decorrelate the acceptance feature from a device or a hardware form factor. Before this technology, you were obliged to have a specific hardware, so the POS device, fully dedicated to accept card payments or contactless payments. Now you will be able, thanks to SoftPOS, to install or implement this feature, so accepting contactless payments, on several form factors and several types of devices. And this is really powerful, because, and we'll see it when we'll talk about use cases, this will make possible several use cases across various form factors and various types of devices. So, okay, let me do the animation here. So, as you understood, with SoftPOS, we have the same software deployed on a variety of form factors and a variety of configurations. Regarding form factors, SoftPOS is not only available on smartphones. This is the common idea all of us had when we started working on SoftPOS back to 2019 or 2020. So the first use case and the first configuration was, okay, you have your smartphone, your own smartphone, you will install an application and start accepting contactless payments on your smartphone. But it's not the only use case. You can also install the same software on a tablet or even on a kiosk, on a self-checkout kiosk, because behind this kiosk or inside this kiosk, there's a sort of big tablet running on Android. And this is really a big trend because more and more vendors are proposing B2B devices based on Android. So this is a real opportunity, again, to deploy SoftPOS everywhere in different configurations. And regarding the different possible configurations, we can, of course, have a standalone approach. So you can build your own merchant app based on the white label SoftPOS application provided by a vendor, like Dejamobile, for example, and go directly to the market with this application. So it's really straightforward, easy way to implement SoftPOS. But you have also what we call the integrated configuration, where you will need, as a merchant app provider, to integrate SoftPOS with your own app, either using app-to-app integration or the SDK configuration, so that the payment acceptance is fully integrated in your own UX UI in your application. So, SoftPOS enables, as I already said, a wide range of use cases across all merchant segments, and all here is very important. Again, back to 2019, the first use case, and it is a massive one, was about equipping small micro merchants with SoftPOS on their own devices in a BYOD, bring your own device approach. This is, of course, a massive use case, and it is very important, especially in emerging markets where there are huge efforts for financial inclusion of merchants in order to equip them with affordable and simple ways for accepting digital payments. But at the other end of the merchant segments, so at the tier 1 retail end, we also find a lot of use cases. Let me just take one example to be more concrete. When there are at some peak seasons, for example, at Christmas sales or Black Friday, shops hire salespersons, temporary salespersons, in order to help their customers to, choose their products and buy their products. But they cannot easily extend the capacity of the cash register desks, because this is physically very difficult to do. But there's a solution to this problem. In this case, they could simply provide smartphones or tablets equipped with a SoftPOS to their salesperson in order to allow them not only to advise and help the consumers in their product choice, but also they will help them to do the last mile of the shopping experience by accepting payments on the go and avoiding the long queues at the cash register desks. So, of course, there are many more use cases than the two examples that I just gave. So, in general, those use cases are here to meet some objectives in terms of cost efficiency, so reduce or optimize the costs of payment acceptance, in terms of availability of the service everywhere in shops, but also availability on the go in mobility, for example, for delivery. Optimization, this is about having exactly the right number of point of sales acceptance devices in the shop when needed. And of course, one major topic is about queue busting, again, avoiding to consumers the long queues, useless queues at cash register desks. So let's move now to the last part of my presentation, where I will share with you some lessons learned from the 15+ projects we are carrying out with a lot of customers all across the world. So in Europe, in some countries that you can recognize on this map, and in Latin America. And this is really valuable feedback from our perspective, because thanks to those projects, we could explore various configurations, again, standalone versus integrated, and also various use cases with small merchants and with tier 1 retail chains. So it's really a very rich experience from our perspective. So first, from the, let's say, small merchant perspective, the first topic or the first key success factor is about simplicity. This is what a small independent merchant is looking for before all. So some of them are trying to use, for example, currently the MPOS solutions, with an external device, but they're facing some issues in terms of Bluetooth pairing, etc. So we obviously need really to simplify the application and to simplify the feature in order to make the payment acceptance really quick and efficient. So simplicity is key, UX UI is key. Second, reliability. So here we are in the BYOD use case, bring your own device. So we are using the own smartphone of the merchant. We noticed that some consumer devices are not designed to have a good NFC reading experience. And this is, of course, very bad for the overall experience of accepting payments. In this case, of course, we need to work on the eligibility of the devices and do not hesitate to blacklist some models if they are not efficient enough in terms of NFC reading. Last but not least, the business model. So we noticed that small merchants who in general have, let's say, less than, say, 10 payments, card payments per day are of course interested by pay-as-you-go models versus subscription models because they want to reduce their fixed costs, obviously. Let's see now the lessons learned from pilots or projects run with tier one or, let's say, big retail chains. So the first topic here is about the necessary integration with existing ECR, electronic cash register applications. So this is, again, is possible either using app-to-app or SDK, as I already mentioned. The second topic is about the adaptation of the UX and the UI to various form factors of professional devices. So the tablet format with the landscape format, and also different sizes of tablets, from small tablets to very big screens that you can find, for example, on self-checkout kiosks. High reliability. This is related to the fact that payment, of course, is a critical process at a retail business, and you will have to handle, as a SoftPOS platform, high volumes, especially in peak hours. So you have to design your platform in a modern architecture, microservice-oriented architecture, in order to be able to have this ability to handle high volumes, and with, of course, a zero default approach. Last but not least, the business case. Here, the business case is really good because, of course, compared to the dedicated POS business case, because we are here, the retailer is reusing an existing device already amortized by other use cases, such as ECR. So it's really a good business case for the merchant. So, we believe today that we are ready for the generalization of SoftPOS-based services. From a product perspective, there are on the market already several solutions, certified and scalable. I mean, thanks to PCI CPOC, the latest standard from PCI, there's no more restriction in terms of use case or in terms of volume of number of merchants addressed. So we are ready to generalize. And since last year, Apple introduced their own solution, Tap to Pay. So we are now able to address the market with this, as a vendor, with the same value proposition on both operating systems, giving the choice to our customers to select the suitable device for their use case. And most importantly, we are not only, this is not only about rolling out a new technology. It's about contributing to a reinvention of let's say, the shopping experience of consumers and merchants. So when you think about, again, retail stores, hopefully you will soon avoid this kind of situation with long queues at the cash register desks, and allow the salesperson to do maybe a better job by dedicating their time to advise the consumers and accompany them in the last mile of their journey by taking their payments for a seamless experience. And from the small merchants, let's say independent merchants perspective, especially in emerging markets, we're helping them to become more financially included because there are huge efforts deployed by governments, banks, etc., in order to get rid of cash and introduce digital payments, and of course, SoftPOS technology contributes to this effort. So now it's time to discover the results of the poll to see if you agree with me, if you share my enthusiasm. So let's see. Okay, so we agree. So 79% think that there will be more than 100K SoftPOS devices in Europe, and 0 think that there will be no. So thank you for your enthusiasm.
Thank you very much.